morning. Great morning. It is the morning after the apocalypse, the weather event that shook the Pacific Northwest. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Hurricanes, typhoons, tornadoes, avalanches.
I can't tell if you're naming weather events or you're still telling us what you've seen.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Lyme disease outbreaks.
Okay.
Black plague. Measles is back. I know you've heard about that one. Bird flu. Mosquito flu. Everything happened yesterday.
Mosquito flu?
Yeah.
Otherwise known as malaria?
Malaria. Yes.
Okay.
No, commonly known as malaria.
Yeah.
Where they use the metric system, they call it malaria. It was mayhem yesterday. There were hail balls the size
hail balls
of basketballs. Okay.
Raining down
everywhere.
Is anyone out there? I feel like basketball size hail is like violent.
Yeah.
Golf ball size hail is violent.
Yeah.
To be clear.
Yeah.
Quarter size hail.
It's true.
Also violent.
I don't want any of it. I don't want any of that.
It didn't happen.
It didn't. And here's the thing. Who am I to tease, right? I was fearful the whole day. I was like, I don't want any of this crap. You'd already lived in a place where you'd seen hail of that size and larger.
Fam?
And I was just like, nah, man, I don't want, no. No, Issa, no.
Fiancés, talk to me. Have you seen hail bigger than a quarter? I ask because I lived in Dallas for a while and there were 3 times total, but 2 that I was in my car for, I can't remember what they're called either. It's like a blue something. And the weather just dramatically changes. And all of a sudden there is like golf ball and baseball size hail. Like,
that shouldn't be a thing that nature can produce. That and camel spiders.
Well, to be clear, I mean, there's people in charge of the weather, so.
True.
You know.
Harp.
And some about space lasers too, I think. So
just
you'd think you'd be able to like control it a little bit better.
Yeah. Michelle said Lmaooo, not the James Taylor scale. We will all tell our children.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, never forget. 3/26/25.
Mm-hmm.
How will Portland recover?
A day that will go down in infamy.
Indeed.
It was a meteorological apocalypse.
And all I got was this migraine.
Wow.
I'd rather have a soft t-shirt. Like I would.
That is a t-shirt.
Much rather have a soft t-shirt than this hard migraine.
AJ said, good morning.
Good morning.
Safe from the weather.
Marked safe. I'm so happy you made it. What a wild ride it was.
Okay. Matt, good morning, fiancés. It was my birthday yesterday. Can I get a shout out? Absolutely.
Happy mother flubbing birthday, Matt.
What'd you do? I mean, besides dodging hail, what'd you do for your birthday? Wow. And you got a song request in here. Okay. All right. Okay. Fiancés are in the building.
Matt? That's exciting. So there's 2 big birthdays tomorrow. One, Rossum.
It is.
Very exciting. And one, my dad.
Booyah.
Can somebody say happy birthday to my dad so I can play him this later.
Oh, Nick Jones.
Nick
Quick
Jones. Nick. Yeah. Turning 80 tomorrow, guys.
Man.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
I should be so lucky.
You know, I don't know that he would be mad at me for telling this, so I think I'm safe to say it. But his dad died at 62. And my dad was always like, well, that's going to be when I die. Which is a wild way to live.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I was young and he would say things like that, I would just, like, 62 seemed like, 100 years from now.
Yeah.
So there was no like, Dad, don't say that. I'd be like, why do you say that? That's a strange thing.
Weird thing, Dad.
We are so many years away from 62. and he's still like, I don't know, tomorrow might be the day. Because I'm way past my time,
past
buddy.
my expiration date. Past my serve by date.
Right. Like, your mom lived to 100, but no big deal.
Yo, AJ said barely survived all that sun.
Bruh. Not gonna. I'm be honest. My eyes were hurting. I don't know where I'm supposed to live for my neurological events.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I've not been able to figure that out yet.
Right.
But the fact that sun makes me so happy, but also lasers my eyeballs. But I wear glasses, so I can't wear sunglasses. And don't you talk to me about those progressive lenses. I don't want to hear it.
All right.
Because I want sunglasses, not like a light purple tint.
So you want to be able to switch them out all the way.
Ideal.
Yeah.
But I have never had prescription sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah. I haven't gone that route.
Would
I just have never been rich?
Would you walk around with them like clipped to your shirt?
Do you think I would?
I'm going to tell you guys. I don't know if you heard it the way I heard it, the way I saw it and felt it. But like, paint a picture like you're in a police interrogation room and you're lying. Everyone knows you're lying. And this detective is fed up. That's the energy she kind of gave me just now. Do you think I would? Somebody bring my coffee in here. You think I got time for this? That was the vibe.
Well, please don't ever think that I'm a cop. Okay? Number one, don't illustrate me that way. Don't paint that picture. Okay? I'm peeved.
Get the captain on the phone.
Yeah.
Now I'm peeved.
Yeah. Get Top on the phone. Someone got to make this right.
Jorah said, happy birthday.
Ah, good morning, Jorah.
Man.
I'm sorry. My brain's not working.
Sorry to paint you like a cop, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I didn't like it. So I
can tell. Yeah. Pretty apparent there. Pretty apparent.
So we had a hailstorm that never was.
So did we even get like a little hail? Where were the reports?
I don't know if there was hail. Well, there was some rain. There was definitely wind.
Yeah.
But I didn't ever see any hail.
Just came down around our way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy that we didn't get, what was coming, what was predicted, because it just sounded ludicrous. Okay. It just did.
Excise hail.
Yeah. Excise hail and tornadoes. Wait, what? What are you talking about? The skies are blue right now, and you're telling me in 45 minutes it's going to be a scene from Geostorm? No, can you please reset your machines, whatever you use to calibrate these conditions and report it. Reset it. Unplug
Have
it.
you tried turning it off
Right.
and back on
And turn it back on.
to see if it gives you the right information now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they went over to the printer to get the report and they mixed up what computer it came from and it was someone's fan fiction.
Well, it turns out it was.
Yeah, 100%.
Turns out they reported Geostorm.
Yeah. Don't read Devin's fan fiction on the news and report it as weather. Please. Please. We don't need that.
It did work. You know?
Yeah.
Got the people going.
Man.
Did everybody buy the bread?
Let me tell you something. Where did I run out to get the salt, kosher salt? The streets were vacant. Vacant, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
So I had one of those moments yesterday that I haven't had since, I think, or at least that I can't remember since I was a kid. My dad used to be the person that ran out to the store, right? If my mom's making dinner, he's got to run to the store. If my dad was making dinner, he's going to run to the store. Like there, you know, like it'd be like, hey, look at this while I run to the store. Yeah. There's something in that mindset for me, or at least that I think that now away from it. I'm like, there's got to be a better way to plan, right? I had the multi moment yesterday, which does not happen to me because I am normally, my pantry is ready to go. I was out of regular sugar and I was out of salt yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying we.
Yeah.
I, because I was in the middle of doing something with it.
A really incredible something. My God.
Friends, I made an apple crisp yesterday.
Which she makes in her sleep. She makes them Jones every time, like nothing.
But this time I did it in cupcake tins.
Bruv.
And it's the perfect little situation. Pop it right out.
Regular Betty
Crocker. Pie crust on the bottom. I'm sorry, what?
Regular Betty Crocker. Are you not familiar with?
Oh, I'm familiar.
Oh, okay.
Just.
What would you prefer?
Geneva Jones.
Hello. Regular Geneva Jones.
We just don't need to stretch that far, you know?
It's in your...
When there's a queen right there.
It's in you, not on you.
There we go. Okay, talk to him. Okay?
Okay, all right.
Ask about me.
Slow down. Oh, all right. Slow down.
No.
It's always the shirt popping for me. It's always the collar popping.
The Bay Area will find its way into me no matter what. You have to blame E40.
Yes. So those crisps, so good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember why I even said, because we were out of sugar and salt. And it was those two things that I didn't notice that I didn't have the salt. I walked to the store, get the sugar, come back, get in the lab, if you will, and have a heart attack when it's time to make the topping. Because in what regard do you not have salt?
Who doesn't have salt?
Who doesn't have salt? Number one. But number two, who doesn't remember not having salt? So my immediate thought is that I have done something wrong. And that is always.
It's true.
When Pete Hegseth got caught leaking or being in a signal chat, I thought it was my fault somehow. Something I did made this happen. You know what I mean? Like everything's my fault somehow. So I'm thinking like you had to have been the one to throw the box away and you just don't remember this because someone else would have said we're out of salt. And then I was like, that's hilarious. No, they wouldn't. They would forget.
Yep.
And now I don't know who the culprit is. And look, this isn't a mystery that I need to solve. I'm going to leave it where it is. The salt has been, replenished. Things are fine. But I had like a 37-second breakdown of like, what is happening to you? Because if I've run out of something and I know I have to go to the store, I'm looking around like, what else do I need? Because
immediately.
I'm not doing this.
They're doing multiple trips.
But apparently your brain doesn't work when you are on the verge of a migraine. No. So it just you don't, you know?
Shout out to everyone that deals with migraines, especially when it's weather, pressure related, things like that. Shout out to Shelly Shell for the check-in yesterday.
Yes,
awesome.
Thank you for checking on me.
That was awesome.
And how are you doing?
I wonder
how are you faring?
I wonder what that would be like. Like you mentioned earlier, I don't know where I'm supposed to live based on, since my migraines. But what would that be like? Like an island or whatever, or like, obviously it's not someplace up in the mountains because elevation triggers your migraines as well, where there's a whole community of people that have similar or overlapping migraine symptoms. And it's like, okay, you got different rituals and practices that, help you guys get, what would that be like? A little commune for the migraine impaired. And then people who can live there with you guys that can, attend to
Caretake.
You. Yeah. What it would be like. That'd be awesome.
I think it would suck.
That's why you don't like The Village?
The movie?
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Number one, that movie is not about a village full of people
it's the
with
hidden meaning.
Migraines.
You need to watch The Village Explained.
I don't. I don't. I've seen it. I almost walked out of it. Okay, I don't know who said this, but they said in the lab, Crispin like Glover, and you win today. I didn't know that there was anything to win, but you win today.
That is an unidentified texter.
Winner. Winner. Put their name in as
contact
winner.
As winner.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
And whoever text that, know that your name is now winner. So when you introduce yourself to people, that's what you need to do. Winner.
Oh my God.
Wow.
AJ said, girl, I haven't had salt for a month.
What?
It's not been motivating to go to the store either.
It is not motivating to go to the store.
Cheat code. Soy sauce is liquid salt. Though not for bacon.
AJ. Can't put the soy sauce in the
and the crisp topping.
Yeah, on the streusel. You get.
Yeah, I am dying. I can just imagine AJ a little bit of soy here, a little bit of soy sauce there. My sister loves to make soups, so that works perfectly.
Not liquid salt. I am the weekend.
It is liquid salt.
I mean, certainly.
Man, Morgan also made. I'm sorry, it's cooking with Morgan this morning. Morgan also made an amazing chicken fried rice last night.
It was pretty solid. Ooh, thank you. That was very nice.
Lordy. In preparation for it, she was like, "I don't have anything to go with this. I don't know what protein." And me and Brianna are like, just give us the chicken fried rice.
That's the main, lady.
That's the thing.
I was like,
you give us that.
Yeah, and I did. Thanks for letting me do that.
You be performing through migraines. That was a lot of prep, a lot of cooking.
On the days that I can, I do. There are days that I can't.
Yeah, yeah.
And I probably shouldn't.
Probably.
But, sometimes it feels better to be moving, like if it hasn't hit all the way yet.
To kind of like
instead of like impending
stay in motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like because once you sit down, then you're done, kind of thing. And so, yeah. And I was done as soon as I sat down. I was done. That was the end of my night. that was it. My eyes are open, but am I here? I don't know.
No. Safe to say you are not.
There's so much happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly, I don't know. I feel like I say this too much. It's too much to keep up with.
Well.
But there's a thing that's happening today.
Daggone right.
That is, I think, an important thing. There is a protest today downtown, an ambush. I'll let you really give the goods, but we've talked about profits over people, and folks who believe that the community means business community.
Yeah.
And who work tirelessly to further their own dreams and their own agenda that has nothing to do with surrounding people, doesn't really take a peek at who gets harmed. And especially those business owners that love to weaponize the police and use them as their private security because, you know, tax dollars or something. So there's a protest today, 5:30 at the Society Hotel.
There is. Yeah, we're protesting the not so deep state. Some call it the real estate state.
Oh.
You know?
Oh, the real estate state.
Yeah, so there has been some tensions downtown dealing with the community store, I believe it's called.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not unfamiliar with the community store's work, they are down there and they're providing life-saving mutual aid to our houseless citizens weekly. And they've been met with some opposition from some business owners down there. Some people in law enforcement, police have been showing up uninvited, unnecessary as well. They've been challenged for not having permits. And when I tell you they're giving out meals, they're giving out jackets, warming blankets, socks. I mean, the Ebenezer Scrooge of it all, to stand to the side, not participate in the mutual aid, and then complain about the mutual aid taking place. The level of invisibility that these people have to have in your eyes. Like, imagine showing up to complain. Do you have a permit to help people?
This is really annoying. Did you get a piece of paper?
Do you have the necessary paper to provide this person with something that they will need to get through the night? Because I'm not going to provide it. You know, I don't got. I'm more concerned about providing permits.
No vacancies at my hotel.
It is disgusting, the level of, for you to say out of one side of your mouth, you know, how you care about the city, and then your actions showing the complete opposite. It's just, who are you even talking to? Who are you talking to? The only people that believe what you're saying are buildings. And
buildings aren't people.
Right. Buildings and businesses.
A strong reminder that when people own a business and they lead with, I'm a small business owner, I'm a business owner in downtown, I'm a downtown business owner, you know, like, you can hear it. You know, the noise complaint has been made already just by the way that they introduce themselves. But there is really something insidious about people who are able to speak eloquently to community and forget the big B word in front of the community they're actually talking about.
Right.
Because it absolutely, especially for people who want very badly to believe that people want to do the best by people that is possible, it is very easy for folks to get swept up in just the rhetoric and not pay attention to the action. It is also very easy for people to put themselves in the shoes of a business owner rather than put themselves in the shoes of a person who is unhoused or who is going through a crisis.
Right. Right.
So folks jump to this like, well, but they, you know, that's in front of their business. You know, what are you going to do? They got to do something. What are you going to do? What if you met those people? What if you treated those people like the people that they are? What if you tried to help those people in ways, and I don't mean that every single business is going to become a mutual aid service.
Right.
But it's amazing to me that the people that don't want houseless people sleeping in front of their business do not spend any of their time trying to get people housed. Instead, they spend their time and money to get those people out of their face temporarily, over and over and over again. So much so that you'll become the campaign manager for a dastardly person to run for DA. And then you will maybe help get that person elected. And then you might call in a couple of favors once that DA has made it and settled into the office.
Yep.
And maybe that DA is going to send out deputy DAs
to intimidate.
To mutual aid moments.
Mm-hmm. To spy and intimidate.
Along with the police that we, I guess, don't have enough of. Still don't have enough. Still can't get a response time. Still can't get an emergency scandal handled. But they certainly can show up by the dozens to intimidate people helping other people.
Imagine where the city and county are failing. The people are hopping in to attend to each other. And you have other citizens that have a problem with that. And I want to be clear. This is a complex issue. It is. We recently saw this video about a business district in Vancouver where some club owners who have been in business like since the 90s have been negatively affected by, and here's the thing. We have to stop saying these businesses are being affected by the houseless population. That's not what's affecting these businesses. These businesses are being affected by terrible policy.
By policy choices to keep people poor.
Right. What's happening right now? We're having citizens turning on each other. Okay? We're having citizens, small business owners, they're turning on, the citizenry is eating each other, complaining, going at each other, when really the policies are why this is happening. My father has had a number of small businesses. He's owned pharmacies for decades, different cities throughout the years. I know what it means to be that small business person, to work with that person and have pride in your business. There was a club owner whose club was at the bottom of a hotel. The province bought the hotel and made it housing for unhoused citizens. And as a result of that, his business got damaged. There was multiple floodings that were happening in his nightclub. And it was horrific to watch. Horrific. I can't even imagine trying to operate while it's impossible.
And do know that this was an existing dwelling.
Right.
Hotel.
Right. It was a hotel. Yeah. They bought the hotel.
So it isn't that you would expect new tenants means this level of problem.
Right.
Right. But when maintenance doesn't exist, when nobody's there to clean this up, to take care of it,
exactly,
to figure out why anything is flooding, the residents are like, there's flooding all the time. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Like,
they're like, people are setting off the sprinklers. Like, again, it's resources over and over again. It is resources, shifting people from place to place and still not giving them the resources that they need. You're purposely underserving them. One of the citizens in that building, remember, he was like, I have a case manager. They told me to meet with my case manager. I don't even know who that is.
I never met him.
I never met him.
No
So
clue.
you're just shoving people places.
You're shoving people places. Then you're underfunding what the housing is, meaning you don't have anybody there to be able to work on these things. You don't have anybody there to respond to emergencies.
Right.
There's supposed to be on-site case manager, no on-site case managers, no nothing.
Nothing.
So it's shove people somewhere, and we should, I guess, still be mad at them when things aren't working out.
Right.
The idea that you can just take somebody from the situation that they're in, put them in a house and say, thanks, I mean, you're welcome, and walk away is absolutely intensely unhinged. And it's the way that we continue to do things.
I love unhinged. Yeah.
It just, it is.
It just is.
It's like, why? I can't even imagine being a part of the work and that being the result.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That like doesn't sound like a part of the work. It sounds like a part of the problem that you needed to solve with the work.
We got a couple texts I gotta read. One, I think, imagine being such a terrible human as a citizen and business owner that local activists protest you.
As they did. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think this is Brooke.
It is.
Good morning, Brooke. I have to point out that the hotel is 2 blocks away from where the community free store distributes. Not even in front of the hotel.
So.
To that point.
Right. So. When we were watching that video about that Vancouver business trip, I said.
Vancouver, Canada.
Vancouver, Canada, yes.
Just a reminder.
I said to MJ, I said, wait a minute, though. What is the play here? Because we see this a lot. What is the play? Is this where some private equity firm comes in and buys up all this now devalued property and now these now devalued businesses? We're talking about people that have been running businesses in that area, again, since the 90s.
No, like these club owners are, I got this club in 1992. I've been running this club since 1996.
And you know why I bought this club? Because I used to be in here.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to be a party. This was a party. And I said, this is a good investment. For them to be treated this way, that means there is someone 8 levels above them saying, well, this is part of our 10-year real estate plan. What'd you call it? The redevelopment of this area.
Yeah.
And you don't even know it yet. Your renewal, you don't even know it yet. This is a thing of the past. We're putting you all together in this bucket, letting all these issues continue to bubble up until, hey, we got to bulldoze the whole thing.
This and is just untenable.
And maybe we'll bring in a sneaker manufacturing facility in Chinatown.
Or we'll lie about it. Talk about creating industry in Chinatown. We'll lie about it.
You're listening to X-Ray FM at KXRY Portland at 91.1 and 107.1 FM, and in the Hale and Wheeler, Manzanita, and Rockaway Beach at 91.7 FM. Streaming online everywhere at xray.fm. We got it hot this morning. I love
it. I forgot, honestly, about that whole, we're going to do manufacturing in Chinatown and really make this the, I don't know, sneaker haven that it wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'd honestly forgot about that big, huge lie. Like, in what regard? It's amazing to me that a person like, what's her name? Jessie Burke.
Mm-hmm.
A person like that who wants to be in the heart of it all and be part of the drive for business can look at the community that she's currently in and go, yeah, it would absolutely make, like, if we just have more businesses, then there will be less homeless people.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's how you fix it.
Like, we'll just add more thriving businesses and that'll just drive it out.
You know how you have less homeless people? More homes.
Affordable housing?
Yeah. It's right there in the name. Homeless. Why not make them home more?
There, it's right there in your annoyance, right? Here these people are egregiously being poor in your face.
Egregious poverty.
Just all in your face.
The noise.
And if your idea isn't to help solve that problem by getting people housing, then you are in fact a part of the problem.
Right.
What policies has this person championed that would help people out of their circumstance?
Don't you have an obligation as a business owner? Like, don't you have an obligation as a business owner, as someone who is part of this community, to improve it? Like, don't you want these people to be customers? Because they're not customers, they're of no value to you?
Correct.
Interesting.
And they're certainly not, couldn't see them being future customers either, because poor is forever, I guess. But I don't know how that works with the bootstrap talk. I don't know. What I do know is most of these folks, their fix is to put people in jail.
Yeah.
And
clear them out.
To use the criminal justice system as a way to house poor people and get them out of their face. Because Portland's so beautiful.
We want to keep it blue.
We're about to, it's about to be spring. We need to get these, get people walking downtown, because that's what drives an economy, I guess.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Pedestrians walking downtown.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if they can't afford anything.
I don't know what I can't afford to park downtown no more. Like,
right.
Let alone go on a walkabout and just start buying stuff.
Yeah.
What? But yeah, notice the grift quick, because the moment that these business owners be like, and that's why I think a tough on crime stance is you're out.
Boom.
You're out.
Yeah.
You're out. Because if you can't be in a community running your business and be a part of the community the way that business owners need to be a part of the community, you are a small business owner, meaning we all know who your name and what you look like.
Right.
This isn't a hedge fund.
Right.
If you are going to be in community and expecting some level of respect from community members, what do you think you need to do to get it? This is not a given situation.
Mm-hmm.
As the business owner in that scenario who needs to unlock their door and someone's sleeping in it, how do you handle that?
What's the fix for that person? And what part are you playing in that?
Not just what's the fix. How do you handle that?
Right.
Do you talk to that person? Or do you unlock the door and step over them and call the police? Or do you go back to your car and call the police?
Right.
Are you in this community or are you on it?
Ugh.
Because you feel like blight.
My challenge would be, if the issue is permitting, assist them in getting the permit. And let's move it along. There's nothing for you guys to show up for.
They don't need a permit for any other reason than she's mad she gets permits for things and has to do this as a business owner. And because I've done it, you should do it too. That's the only reason. The only reason she knows they didn't have a permit is because her nosy butt called and tried to find out.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't even your business, bro. And if it's 2 blocks away from you, mind your business.
The one that pays you.
Mind the business that pays you. But this one does too, actually.
Oh. So there's a protest today at 5:30.
Damn, we took a long time to say that. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's a protest today at 5:30. The recommendations, wear a mask. There are immunocompromised people that are going to be attending, and you can still, large groups of people, you can still spread germs and diseases and things like that. So we want to make sure everyone's protected. Also,
if you're one of those people that's like, yeah, I don't even believe in masks for that reason, just don't let the police see your entire face.
Yeah, there's that.
Don't let her see your entire face.
That also works. Yeah.
Because she's literally direct line to the DA. And I'm not joking when I say this. To find out that Nathan Vasquez do not waste our resources, get our cops back on the street making arrests, DA, sent out his own deputies, or that are all strapped, right? Like nobody has time to do anything.
Right.
Way too many cases. You send out people that don't have nothing to do with any of the situation that's happening there. And you send a bunch of cops.
Right.
To intimidate. To show power. And that's a person who will abuse their power every time they absolutely feel the need. So show up, show out. Don't show them your face. Don't show them, don't give them any identifying things about yourself, because we are in a small community. And she is, in fact, a cop caller. And she's got the top cop. Elected. Those kind of connections, yo. There's quite the conflict to me when the only thing that you are concerned about is how you can profit more and get the ugly out of your face.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I'm mad.
It's quite all right.
This text says that woman is trash, and no, I don't want to hear about that person. She's definitely a bootlicker, a licker that like to lick it. She got to go. That's the fix.
Before we hop into our music break, I do want to mention.
Oh,
what happened?
It feels like capitalism has made businesses our neighbors when they are not.
Wow.
Thank you, Kay.
Luigi, you guys know the
Free Luigi.
The Luigi that matters. A hidden note of encouragement was discovered in a pair of socks provided to Luigi Mangione Wednesday. The handwritten message tucked inside a new pair of argyle socks urged Luigi to keep your head held high and assured him that thousands of people were supporting him. Signed, K.
Appropriate.
Free Luigi. The note was intercepted by a court officer before
he could get it.
He get it. Look at that, huh?
I love it. I love it, and free Luigi all day.
Hey, all day. All right, Matt, it's your birthday. You made
Happy
a music
birthday,
request.
Matt.
You made a music request to one half of the No Request DJs. And I'm not on No Request time right now. I am on This Is My Fiancé time. So we'll see what happens.
Which means?
Surprise.
Oh.
We'll catch you guys on the other side of the music break. Happy birthday, Matt. And we are back.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Welcome
and we are back.
Welcome back to This Is My Fiancé with Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush. You got a couple of texts during the break. Brooke, these people don't even know the meaning of society and how to behave in one.
Nope.
I cannot help but think of the name of the hotel in relation to the situation.
Hello.
Society, a noun. The totality of people regarded as forming a community of interdependent individuals. Quote, working with the benefit of society.
To be followed with, she's a snitch. We all know what happened.
Was that P-Town? It's got to be. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's P-Town because she's given the greatness over here that cannot be said on the radio.
Yes.
But
the excellence.
Yes, all the excellence. I hope y'all ever just like go look at the
the description for the podcast.
So you can get all
There's so many other texts that are in there that we don't get a chance to read because of time and then also content. But it's greatness in there.
Ooh, this one. And this might be Bob. But I'm not sure because I can't see the names. I think you forgot. Corporations are people, my friend.
John.
Oh, it's John.
Hey, John.
Hey, John. And you're right.
Yeah.
That's totes true.
We so often forget. Do you want to hop in Whiskey Leaks?
You guys. I know that I know that none of it's like actually funny because it's all very dangerous and actual government officials that are not qualified and possibly white boy wasted. Being on personal phones and also, you know, in apps that are supposed to be, you know,
end-to-end encrypted.
But also we could just delete this and like no one will ever even know it happened. Like, I think we got to keep our eye on the prize of that. These people are literally using the channels of communication they are not supposed to use,
right?
But it isn't always a big plot, you know, like it isn't like, well, I know that this will never get out. And then they accidentally handed the story to a journalist.
Right.
But I do think that there's something to be said about folks that don't want you to see what they're talking about.
Right. And how illegal.
And by that I mean the government. I don't mean like you and your friends.
Right.
You know, like no one wants their DMs leaked and all of those things. But like, in all honesty, the communications they were having should have happened inside of a room that doesn't have windows or the ability for cell communication.
Right. Because here's the thing. You work for us. These communications are our business. We have the right to know what is being said when we need to access that information.
And that's why there's a national archive.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why they're not putting it where it's supposed to go.
Right. The fact that you're even using a two-ended encrypted communication software platform application. So these messages can just disappear and there's no record of them. Illegal activity. There's just no conversation around that whatsoever. There's no defense of it whatsoever. There's no circumstance under which that should be cool. Period. But we're watching, as we predicted on Monday, we're watching them blame the journalist.
This text says, butter emails. Oh, what's up, C's? Good morning. Butter emails. I mean, but what about her email, C's? You know, like maybe we should be talking about that right now because really, something so impactful, so hard hitting that at the end, I think they called it a nothing burger.
Nothing burger.
But we should probably be mad about those. We don't even have to go to anybody else. That dude took classified documents to a golf club. Like,
had them in the bathroom. In
a bathroom he probably don't even go in.
I'm telling you right now.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, that's just like...
There is no way, no how, that anyone else that used it through the time that it was in that bathroom, that there isn't a single person that didn't take something just to say they have it. Because I would.
Oh, there's certainly people that took it. I mean,
just to say they have it.
Or for leverage later.
Right.
I think I think that realm isn't a lot of like collector edition things. I think it's definitely like all for blackmail.
I got first print.
Right.
It's a one of one first printing communications from Ukraine.
That entire administration and the people behind them doing the about her emails, and then and well, he can take them because he was a president a day ago, so he can have it. Like
he can't.
There's just no, I don't know. Do those, when you leave the White House and they pack up all your boxes, could someone have put all the documents there and you didn't know that you were taking them? I doubt it, but hey. I know he's not packing his desk.
You know why I doubt it? Because he was told, it's already been reported, that he was told as he was moving his things out, you cannot take this stuff.
And he was like, what stuff? This stuff? No, I'm not taking that.
It's already in my hands. What stuff? So he said closed communications would have required folks to come out of their house. They'd much rather telework. Wait. Oh, wait. I thought that was banned. My bad.
Okay, so no, we did all our commentary instead of the story. That's on me.
Juicy.
The Atlantic on Wednesday published a trove of signal messages revealing that U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth disclosed precise war plan launch times and bombing schedules for military strikes against Yemen's Houthis.
I want to pause you right there.
Yeah.
That happened on Wednesday because on Tuesday,
it was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
All these morons said nothing classified was discussed. Really? So the due diligence that Jeffrey did by not releasing all of it. Oh, you said it's none of this is
actually classified? I don't need to redact. Here,
cool. Have it all. Have it all.
Have it. And then Tulsi Gabbard is out there like, yubbity, yubbity, yubbity. Should we just forget the story? I mean, I don't know. There's so much to, again, none of it's funny, but there's a lot to laugh at.
There's a lot to laugh at.
The messages which surfaced before the attacks were carried out were shared in an unclassified signal chat that included senior national security officials and Atlantic editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, who, I'll pause myself real quick. Not a great one, Also not sending their best. I mean, This is someone who is definitely just running all the apologia and all the props and the gandas. For one Netanyahu's genocidal state. The revelations have sparked alarm over potential breaches of classified information and operational security risks, have they? Mm-hmm. For 2 days, U.S. intelligence and defense leaders have scrambled to explain how sensitive details, widely considered classified by current and former officials, ended up in a chat not protected by secure government communications. Like, bro, plan your 2 p.m. happy hour later with like
do that on Signal.
Do that on Signal. Do that on Signal. Not like when it's Whiskey Wednesday, that is absolutely when you talk to the bros in the chat, not war plans.
Right.
White House press secretary, which honestly, did anybody think it could get
any worse than Sean Spicer? No, I didn't. Thank you for asking. Thank you for the question, Morgan. I didn't think it could get any worse.
And then there was Kelly. And then it was... Anyway, Carolyn Leavitt. Sorry, I had to find my place again.
Yeah.
White House press secretary Carolyn Leavitt, however, has denied that any classified information was posted.
Oh my gosh.
Despite this, lawmakers are demanding answers. Senate Armed Service Committee Chairman Roger Wicker, a Republican from Mississippi, and ranking Democrat Senator Jack Reed from Rhode Island plan to send a letter to the Trump administration requesting an inspector general. Well, they all got fired. Inspector general investigation into the use of Signal for national security discussions. They also leaked a classified briefing from an administration official who can, quote, speak to the facts. of the situation. The leaked messages raise further questions about key decision-making processes within Trump's national security team. Them being called that and then the people that are in it is just, that's like wild on its own.
Bruh.
You know, that's national security team. Notably, Christopher Grady, the acting chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Christopher Grady, the acting chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, was excluded from the Principals Committee discussion on the strikes, which is that
interesting.
Trump had fired former Chairman General C.Q. Brown Jr. in February, leaving Grady as the president's top military advisor. A White House memo dated January 20th granted National Security Advisor Mike Waltz discretion to determine whether the Joint Chiefs chairman should be included in meetings based on, quote, policy relevance, the need for secrecy, staffing needs, and other considerations.
Oh my God.
And I bet you guys can tell. Other considerations is like in a job description when they're like, and other duties as assigned.
And other duties as assigned. We are going to triple work you.
Yeah. The Pentagon has refused to clarify why Grady was left out of the discussions on military operations.
Oh, I bet.
I bet you don't know why. Hegseth, who is currently traveling in the Indo-Pacific, has dismissed questions about whether he improperly disclosed classified information. When pressed by reporters, he scoffed at concerns, insisting that he had not revealed war plans. Meanwhile, Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and CIA Director John Ratcliffe testified before the Senate Intelligence Committee, stating that it was up to Hegseth to determine whether the information he shared was classified.
Really?
They're like, I don't know nothing about nothing.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? That's on him. Do he think it's classified? I know he busy traveling right now and he doing his big one, but maybe ask him later if he thinks that was classified.
He's doing this big one. It's time for a house meeting.
Somebody got to beat him up. Among the leaked messages, Hegseth reportedly wrote, 1536, F-18 second strike starts. Also, first sea-based Tomahawks launched. Followed by, all caps, more to follow, per timeline. And, we are currently clean on OPSEC.
OPSEC meaning operational security.
Hello.
We're currently clean.
We're clean, guys. Everybody's moving through. Plans go as planned. The plan is planning. The plan is planning.
Oh my God.
The controversy is further compounded by growing concerns over signal security vulnerabilities. Look, what doesn't have those? You know what doesn't have those? The skiff that y'all are supposed to be in. The room with no windows and no bat phones and nothing.
Right. Yo, Kay said Sotheby's is going to be auctioned off screenshot soon.
I mean, it is kind of a work of art.
Yeah.
Although Signal is widely used for encrypted communication, it is not authorized for transmitting classified information and remains susceptible to hacking. On March 14th, one day before the strikes, the Defense Department issued a warning that Russian operatives were actively attempting to breach Signal communications. I'm going to tell you this. I know how Pete Hegseth got Signal. Russia told him to download that and put it on his phone, along with WhatsApp. Yeah. And he's just getting scammed all over the place.
Oh my God.
Russia's, okay. According to a U.S. official speaking anonymously, one known vulnerability allows hackers to remotely monitor messages if they gain access to a user's phone. The fallout from the leak extends beyond military security. Leavitt, the White House press secretary, is among 3 Trump administration officials facing a lawsuit from the Associated Press, which accuses them of retaliating. Why can't I say that word? Retaliating against the news agency for editorial decisions. The lawsuit cites First and Fifth Amendment violations as the White House reportedly took issue with the AP's refusal to use the administration's preferred terminology, referring to the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America.
Your
Now, I want you to remember that these are the same people that said you're a snowflake if you want someone to use pronouns.
Right. Ooh. Ooh.
This is a group of people that don't know what pronouns are. But they're big peeved at them. But I will fire you I will not allow you, because it's not fire. I will not allow you access to the information that you as a journalist actually should have.
Right.
I will not allow you in the room because you will not say the Gulf of America, which is in fact fan fiction.
100%.
Meanwhile, Goldberg has stated that he consulted the White House before publishing the leaked messages and was told the administration would prefer he did not. But they did not formally object.
Well, it's not classified, man. You know?
Well, it'd be wild if they said it was.
Yeah. C said, don't ask him after 5 p.m. if it's classified.
Baby, you are giving him too much credit. Don't ask him after 11:30. You are not understanding the severity of the Hegseth.
It's like a smoke alarm with no battery. What's my... talking about? Oh my gosh. Michelle said, we're clean on OPSEC. The plan is planning. I'm going to need some news with my fiance stickers with this one. Oh my God. It's so funny. And to watch Republican pundits say, well, look, the White House has taken ownership. You know, they're taking responsibility here.
One of the text says, Tulsi, you got some splaining to do.
Their Ricky Ricardo voice. Like, and then they were like, you know, they've taken responsibility, and now we're going to have conversations and investigations on how we can prevent this in the future. Someone else on that same panel was like, we don't need to have conversations about how to prevent this in the future.
We've done that.
In the past, it hasn't happened because there's rules already established. Go back to the rules that were established. Do your job the way it was given to you.
Well, but I'm too qualified for this job.
You're dropping burgers into the French fryer, talking about, and these burgers just aren't coming out right. We got to have an investigation on how to get the burgers to come out of the fryer machine.
Fryer, right?
What?
No, you never put those there. I'm sorry.
No, you never put those there.
Since when? That's where the burgers go.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, really, what is terrifying is that when you put really, really incompetent people in positions of great power, it is hard. Okay, let me back up. It's hard to fathom how dangerous something can be if you don't know just how incompetent the person in charge is.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And we have this idea that if you are seemingly successful, or Pete was on TV for a long time, which makes, or maybe not a long time, but long enough
for him to be a genius.
Well, for people to really take him seriously, number one, as an experienced and knowledgeable person. And I'm consistently reminded that he is probably a child left behind, like
yes.
Every single person that these people should be mad at is on their own same side. Like, Ronald Reagan got a lot of explaining to do. Well, I mean, he can't, but he holds a lot of the responsibility for many of the ills that we are living in. And they look at that guy and go, a genius. Reaganomics really worked. If somebody thinks that, and I mean like wholeheartedly thinks that, someone like Pete Hegseth, you're probably not actually qualified to be in government at all, but like certainly not in charge of the military. Yeah.
You shouldn't even be in like county government.
Nah, like he should not get to run for school board.
No,
he shouldn't get to be 0 positions of power. He really needs to be on a beach somewhere, annoying every local, saying, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's where he's supposed to be. Live your life, out there. But it is incredibly dangerous for incompetent people to be in positions of power who have absolutely 0 interest with reading the instructions. So you said, do the job as it was given to you. Lmaooo.
Right.
1, they don't respect the job. They didn't do anything to get it except for whatever kissing up to Trump they had to do. Yep. There's no qualifications they needed to meet. There's no standard for them. The standard is, I'm a white man. Obviously, I know what to do best here.
Yeah, pipe down. Come on.
No, I've never once in my life been under a house and seen any of the pipes, but I can absolutely do this.
Yeah. Yep. Bob said,
I had a toilet before.
We've all had toilets. I know how plumbing works. Bob said, I heard King Babyfingers himself gave Hegseth orders to leak classified information. Apparently, the lines of Russian, Chinese, and North Korean spies outside Mar-a-Lago bathrooms was too long, and 47 wanted to find a quicker way to get classified information into our enemy's hands.
I just,
Yeah. C said he was reading a teleprompter on TV for a living.
Literally.
Reagan and Hegseth.
Dang. So real. So real.
Yeah.
But the comprehension sees, and this is where I'm going. People can read words and then have absolutely no idea what those words mean. They're just words that are like, so he got to the point where he can see the word and recognize the word.
And say it out loud.
And
chip into the next word.
But the comprehension piece is not there.
Don't ask him about the story he just read.
Well, he's going to tell you his opinion on on the story he just read, but really it's someone else's opinion he heard real mad about it in the newsroom.
Devoid of facts.
Because the comprehension is just not there. The critical thinking is not there. And you have to let go of critical thinking if you're going to be a right-wing reactionary anyway.
Right.
If you're just going to be a reactionary and, pretend that the people are on your side, like, you don't need any of the thing. You're just winging it. You're just winging it. And it doesn't matter how terribly this goes.
Yeah. Like
for so many people, it is not going to be, wow, this was a really incompetent group of people that came through here and wrecked shop. Right. We're still giving them too much credit for having plans. And they do have plans, and don't get me wrong, they've been working on plans for a really long time. Mm-hmm. But the people who were doing those plans had an idea of how that would be enacted, and it would not be 18 wrecking balls that are also drunk.
No. This was not part of it.
Just so happens the end result will be the same. They don't care if your grandma dies. They don't care if the 11-year-old kid dies, because that's not my kid. And they don't care if, cancer gets dumped into the water, because also I don't live over there. And, like that. They don't care. But that group of people is much smaller than the group of people that are impacted, the group of people that do care but don't know where to focus their ire, Yep.
Brooks said, to me, the biggest piece of this scandal is the lack of conversation or concern around bombing the only country actively attempting to impede an ongoing genocide.
Hello.
Also, we bombed a cancer hospital twice. Bombing children and civilians doesn't even register in our society. Also, where are the Dems?
Hakeem Jeffries is dealing with a scandal right now, and that scandal is Chuck Schumer. And Chuck Schumer has told us that his job is to keep the Democrats in line with Israel.
Hello.
And that is a scandal that you're going to have to handle, you know?
Actively handle that scandal.
And it seems like maybe that's way more important than the fact that we are, because to your point, Brooke, one, I am not hearing, I am not hearing enough about what the actual action here was. But it's also the action of y'all didn't get Congress approval to do this. And I know that you're not the first administration or first president to do such. But at what point are we going to be like, y'all got to stop doing that?
Right.
There are protocols for a reason. There are regulations for a reason. When it comes to government branches, they are to create oversight over each other.
Right.
So that there isn't just a person who is able to do a thing all the time whenever they want. And when you get people in power who I am a firm believer that if you really want to be president in a capitalistic society, you are likely mentally ill. But when you get somebody who we know is mentally ill, who we know is aging like milk, who we know is up there in a diaper, and that is literally no shade to anybody needing that at all.
Yeah.
My point is, for this particular person, the lies have been so
plentiful.
And it's all vanity. It's all for the look, so that you have your interpretation and your perception of him he is untouchable. I am a king amongst men.
And also doing a great job.
I am the smartest person in every room.
The most qualified.
We don't like DEI because their idea is you are getting an advantage. You are an unqualified colored person, so you are getting a job because you're a colored person,
right,
or a whatevered person.
Right.
We are watching the administration of merit. The people who have lived the lie perpetually for generations on generations on generations of we are the best. Just put me in the game, coach. I'll show you that I'm the best one there. I beat Jordan.
Right. You mentioned on Monday how it's just been a steady trajectory, especially with Hexa, of watching him fail up. Like, boom.
And
boom,
what an amazing way to fail.
Yeah. Right into the administration. Holy smokes.
Right into being in charge of the biggest military in the world, the most powerful budget in the world, for a person who beats women. And let me be more clear, not just like random women, which like he probably does that too, but the ones that he says that he loves and gets married to and has children with.
Right.
The big Christian man over there who wouldn't mess around except for when he messes around.
Right.
You know, who wouldn't cheat on his wife until he cheats on his wife and has another baby.
Right.
All of the things that they tell you, not acceptable. They're all living it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But what I know for certain is somebody who cannot have any regulatory abilities over their own emotions does not get to be in charge of the military. You don't get to play battleship, bro, on a bad one. Let alone be actually in charge, let alone be in a signal chat. Talking about dropping bombs, giving locations and times. And then got the nerve to be like, nothing in there was classified. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I think we have a text from a first-time listener, first-time texter.
Yikes.
What's the plan?
Hi, sorry.
What's the plan? Complain all you want, but the Dems need to step it up right now to save the future. And the reason I say they're a first-time listener is because What? I feel like. Do
you want to read me that text again? Where are the Dems and what are they doing?
What's the plan?
Save what?
We're no friends of the Dems over here.
We're no friends of the Dems, but the Dems ain't gonna save you, babe.
Yeah, the Dems need to step it up.
I mean, they do. They are not opposing as an opposition party. They are not opposing. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't know what your level of expectation is. If it's higher than what you're seeing right now, I'd like to know why.
There it is. Your level of expectation it should be completely adjusted based on the way you're seeing them operate during a crisis that they told us was coming, a crisis that they told us they were the ones that will be able to save us from. And now that we're in it, this is how they're conducting themselves.
Fam.
Yeah. No.
I'm not. I am consistently disappointed in the Democrats. I am consistently dismayed by their inaction. But I am not in any way surprised, taken aback, or confused. This is where things that I know that context and nuance gets lost a lot, and a lot of things are clippable, and people say things where you're like, oh, so all the parties are the same. When I think of either establishment party, they are both fighting for very close to, let me be clear. They have many of the same alliances and interests.
Yeah. They're in service to each other. They sort of exist so that each other can exist. Absolutely.
Not so that they can govern correctly. Not so that we can actually, as working class people, have lives that are able to be enriching.
Yeah. They're in no way in service to the people. None.
You do, in fact, have politicians who do want to serve the people. And those people are too small of a number to affect the change that needs to happen. Because we are way far past the slow incremental change can go. We were past that before Trump took office. The first time.
Yeah.
We were still at that point talking about a $15 minimum wage when in all reality, we needed to be talking about 30 back then. But we are so ingrained to believe that that can't be a regular, degular wage.
Lord
not
forbid.
For flipping burgers and bagging groceries, right?
Lord forbid.
But we are so ingrained to serve capital that we miss it. That we miss that the people are still serving capital, that are telling us, I don't do that.
Right.
I'm for you. And I'm the only, but this party will keep you from the fascism at the door. We literally opened the door for it in so many different ways. Like the Democrats opened every single locked door, unlatched the windows, opened a couple, turned the lights on in the rooms that had all the valuables.
No, that's funny.
And then went on vacation and had the nerve to come back and be like, where's all my stuff?
What happened?
What happened here?
All our liberties have disappeared.
Guys, we're going to need $5 from you so that we can fight this in real time.
Oh.
I do not pretend to have the plan. Every single thing will be multi-pronged. Every single thing will have many approaches and people will have many different roles. But my plan is not to hope that either party would do anything different than they're doing right now.
We have to be having serious conversations. It's not enough to say, what is this person not doing? What is this side not doing? How are they not showing up? We have to be having serious conversations about what should be done, who is responsible for what didn't get done, and who is going to take us, or what steps we need to take moving forward to ensure our liberties and safety. Period. It's not enough to just say the Dems did this wrong. The Republicans are doing that. My vote matters. It's not enough. Coming from that perspective, all you're telling me is you're actually not paying attention and you're a part of the system. It's sitting exactly where they want you to sit. You are along for the ride, basically. And if you're along for the ride, you can't have any expectations. You just got to go along and get out when they tell you to get out. That's it. But if you actually want change, please stop looking at the current systems to do it. They're operating the way they're supposed to benefit those it's supposed to benefit. Period.
And it will continue, and it will get worse. And we are watching it get worse right now at warp speed. So I'm not going to act like the Democrats that are here today are, necessarily equipped to even know what to do with a administration that literally says rules are for losers. I think that's like, real
talk.
Just like
their mantra. Yeah.
That's got to be a tattoo somewhere.
Rules. Who's that for?
So
like
it isn't.
Every meeting.
I do just want to be clear that I don't think the Democrats have a playbook for this that they just haven't dusted off yet. But what they haven't done is take any of this seriously as it impacts and affects all of their constituents. Because you have the what is his name? I know we got to go soon, but there's the Secretary of Commerce or something. I don't remember exactly what this guy's title is, but he was on a podcast talking about if my mom doesn't get her Social Security payment, she's not going to call anyone. She's not going to do anything. She trusts the government. She's going to wait for it to get there.
Wow. Your mom's going to be homeless, bro.
Or maybe she won't because you have a bunch of money. Maybe she won't. Maybe that's never going to be an issue for her. Maybe the Social Security coming in is, in fact, her pocket change.
Right.
Is that the majority? Is that the average? Do you think that that's who most people receiving Social Security benefits that are elderly? Do you think that that's their pocket change? Do you think that you don't? There's also the amount of rules in Social Security payments that you don't know about until you have to know about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain amount of money. If something happens and Social Security does not send you your payments, there is an amount of money that you will not ever recover. If it reaches a certain amount, they'll never pay it out to you.
Yep.
Even if they know that it was their fault. Yep. Even if they know that you're now, it was 3 months and now that was $5,000. So I'm sorry.
Not getting it.
You're not getting the back pay. Mm-mm. There are far too many people in this country literally teetering on homelessness. Teetering. And we are enacting policies all over this country to push them over the edge. No, you go.
Right.
All to to give money to billionaires, because don't let them lie to you and tell you all these savings are going to come to you in a check. LOL, they don't even believe in that until it's an election. Like Trump just said, I don't even think the trans thing is a big thing. Bring it up about a week before an election. There's no election right now, so we don't need to talk about it.
Right.
I just cannot imagine being a person who believes in someone and what they say so much that when they tell me they don't believe in it, I still do.
The interesting part for me with the Dems, they don't want to say they don't have a plan because they feel like that'll open them up to criticism and blame and all the things that are already actually happening. When in reality, if they were to say, hey, we got mollywopped. We don't have a plan. That would open you up, actually, to strategies. That would open you up to people who do have plans. That would open you up to alternative game plans. And I think people would feel like we're more in community where it's like, hey, we don't have a plan. Let's do these town halls. Let's figure this out together. What we tried.
What a thought.
Right. What we tried did not work. Project 2025 is here. And guess what, guys? We don't have a Project 2029. Let's start working on that. But instead, we got what we got.
There are many texts, and
Yeah.
I haven't got to read them all, but I saw these two, and I wanted to call them out. One, listen, only one can hold all the aces, and it's not theirs. So, like, just like Rump said to Zelensky, you ain't got the cards for this.
It's peace out.
Yeah. And this one I think is C's. Granny, what big ears you have, all the better to hear you with. Granny, what a big nose you have, all the better to smell you with. And said the wolf. Granny, what big teeth you have, all the better to eat you with. MAGA. Like,
boom.
Fam, hate your grandma individually all you want to. You know? You want her eating cat food. You don't want her to
Right.
have a place to live. Does that mean that every person needs punishment too?
For their grandma?
Punishment for making it to the end? Because I really want to understand what's the idea there? What are we punishing people for? For making it to the end of capitalism. Isn't that the point is...
The American dream? That wasn't it? The new American dream is survival. Thank you, guys. Survive. Thank you guys for tuning in today. That was another News of My Fiancé with Morgan Jones and myself, DJ Ambush. Shout out to our podcast editor, Kyle G, of Residual Audio. Thank you all for joining us and, being a part of the conversation all morning, text upon text upon text, which you guys will find.
Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy early birthday, Ross. Happy early birthday, Nick Jones.
Hey, you will find these texts in the episode description on
all you other
everywhere you listen to podcasts, with the exception of Spotify, because we're going to fool with them. And don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People are for profits. Power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. Thank you so much for listening. And we will catch you guys Monday night, 6:30 to 8:30 over on those little YouTubes.
No war but class war.
Boom.
Bye.